What we do here is go back, 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 back.
Welcome to Away Games episode 4. We made it to 4 episodes, bro. I don't know why I used two hands.
Episode
You, you know, 4. Boom.
4.
Firstly, don't forget. I know some of you lot forget. Like, subscribe, and share. You'll be doing us a big favor. You'll be doing
You
us a
would
big
be.
favor. Yeah. So
You would
once
be. We'd
again,
love it. We'd love it.
share, comment, subscribe, and like if you like the content. So boom.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Sean?
No, do it either way. Even if you don't like the content, just like leave
Your
a good
voice there,
comment.
for sure.
Just do something, innit?
So like what we're gonna go through our respective teams' performances. We're gonna react to those and then briefly touch on our predictions over the weekend, how they went, and then we're gonna
Mm,
go into extra time. So, Sean, do you want to talk about what you think about Arsenal's performance?
dead, trash, rubbish. Let's move on.
So there's no positive like
No positive
adjective.
whatsoever.
Right.
Wolves game was good to see. This game against Villa, we haven't won against Villa in the last 3 games. And to be fair, in the last 4 games, we really struggled against Villa.
Swear down. Last 4. So even when they were
Yeah,
struggling last season,
we beat them 3-2 with a last minute goal the last time we beat them.
that's mad. That's
Then
mad.
they beat us 1-0, which turned their season around.
Mm.
They beat us 3-0 beginning of this season. They just beat us 1-0 again.
What's going on? What's going on? Villa are a big club though, so I don't know. They're they're attracting that spirit to try and
Jack
make life
Grealish,
harder for you lot.
yeah.
But
Do you
do
know
you,
what? I love Jack Grealish
mm,
bits. Like when I saw him in the pitch,
baller.
I'm always happy to see him on the pitch. Absolute border. But watching him play against Arsenal hurts my chest
I know the
because
feeling.
he's quality.
He's
He's
so good.
quality.
He's so good.
He glides on that pitch. He's just so sick. Like he's
But
just about it.
the thing is, his end product is so on point as well. Because when he glides past him,
Mm,
man, you know that he's either going to find the right pass or hit a shot on target. Like
mm.
consistent, you know.
Yeah, it's mad. There was one point where he drifted past. When I say drifted, I actually mean drifted. It wasn't
Yeah.
even like he dropped the shoulder and Hector Bellerin just went the wrong way. Like I've never seen it that that level of what you call it difference.
Yeah, in
Like
class.
a drop of shoulder literally sent him the wrong way. And then basically at that point I said somebody just needs to take him down, and Granit Xhaka did. Just had to just clatter him. Didn't matter. Don't get the ball. Just take him out.
He's got so much
But
quality because obviously playing for South
yeah,
Ballers and playing for a certain division, playing within a certain league, you can
mm,
kind of see who's good and who's not that good, yeah. But you know that if like a championship or a League Two player was to play in our league in South Ballers, they'll be
mm,
dumping everyone, you know. And
yep,
to see him do that in the Premier League against big teams is
yeah,
it doesn't even look magnificent what he does like because
no,
he's not doing step overs, so he's
yeah,
making simple skills just look so good. It's crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he simplified football to a point where it's just magnificent, like magnificent. And I hate watching him. I like watching him against everybody else, but I'm glad we're now going out of the way for this season. I don't want to play them again.
There was a part that I
Um,
saw in the I think it was the last minute where he literally I think he skipped past who was it? Someone tried to hack him.
it was
He
Bellerin.
went
That was
past.
one. Yeah, that was
Oh, it
Bellerin.
was
Yeah, it was
the
Bellerin.
last minute because in my
Yeah,
head, yeah, he looked like he was getting past him very fast, but he was
but he
jogging whilst
wasn't.
doing it. Like
Yeah,
he was jogging, but
yeah,
he said Bellerin flat. I didn't get it. I was like, how this is judge.
yeah. It was
This
Bellerin.
is
Yeah,
magic.
no, no. It was a poor game. Like genuinely speaking, I person that I would give the most props to in that game is Matt Ryan, Pepe, and that's it. And maybe Holding. I don't really have too much stick for Holding at the
I saw
moment.
him do a step over. I was shocked. I didn't know he was that
Yeah,
type of
yeah, yeah.
player.
No, he's very confident. Rob Holding is so confident, it's unbelievable. You missed it. There was one time we played against Fulham, he was just doing kick ups in their own half.
That's bad.
Like stupid past players just doing kick ups.
I don't see him
He's
as that
got
type
tech.
of player. I don't see him as
Neither
that type
do
of
I. But he's actually all right. He's actually all right. But nah, those are the three players I would say actually kind of turned up. And I think if the rest of the Saka couldn't turn up, I think they fouled him so many times. Like they were just clattering it. Saka had Grealish and I forgot it wasn't Matty Cash. Matty Cash had a good game, but it was their left back. They just doubled up on Saka every single time, and it wasn't even a case that they were even after the ball. It was just take him out. That was literally what they were doing. Just
That's
taking
what
him
you
out.
lot should have done to Grealish, man. Doubled up.
That's
like,
what we should have done
simple
to.
formula.
Yeah, that's what it did. We weren't doing it. We paid the price very early in the game. It was only what less than 75 seconds they scored, and when they scored, as a fan you feel like, okay, do you know what? It's quite early. Yeah, we've got time, but Arsenal just didn't mount a challenge. The best shot we had was a Granit Xhaka free kick.
Mad thing. So right now, Arsenal have lost more games than they've won. That's
Yeah.
not a great position to be in. Obviously,
I think we've.
I don't want to say that.
I believe we won 8.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. So while going with your boy Artsy.
No, I'm still backing Arteta. It's not even an Arteta problem. It is an Arteta problem, but it's not an Arteta problem. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Arsenal doesn't have the quality of players for which we want to get to. Arsenal, for one, doesn't have his. Like, for example, I think about where Arteta's come from, and he's come from Manchester City, where it doesn't matter who's playing on the wings. Man City are scoring goals. Doesn't matter who's playing up front. Man City are scoring. It doesn't matter who's playing where. Like right now, they don't have De Bruyne. They just beat Liverpool 4-1. It does not. Well, actually, they did have De Bruyne in this game. They did have De Bruyne in this game. But it doesn't matter who they have. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Arsenal, it matters.
So I'm happy that you're not very reactionary, because I think a lot of people don't appreciate how difficult it is to build a team. Like people, I guess because I think since 2000, Chelsea have won the most trophies out of any Premier League team. I think Man United still won more Premier Leagues or equal or something like that. But Chelsea have won more trophies, and people look at their formula of just getting a new manager in if something's not quite right, and thinking, okay, they have instant success, that's the norm. But no, like Jurgen Klopp's obviously the most recent example of having to build. Like Liverpool they were whack. They were whack when he came
Guardiola, people trying to act like Pep Guardiola didn't have a building project. He did have a building project. He had to build City, and he's now built them again.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with that, but I mean, it's slightly different because they were good, like they were good, but
Liverpool
he obviously
actually whack.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a
Liverpool
whole
actually whack.
But your point is true though. Like he still had to build something. He didn't start off well. Like I think he came third in his first season, and it was a bit that was seen as a failure. So like so the fact that you're giving Arteta time is good, because I think that's the direction it should be going. And same with the likes of Ole, same with any like, as long as your board are gonna back you, and that's the question, because you're like, will they back, you know? Like Liverpool have got the FSG group, and they're all about statistics and data analysis, and you know, you can tell their board were trying to go the right direction. We just don't know what it's like for United and Arsenal. So man.
No, I think I trust Arteta. I back him fully, because the fact that he's even got Arsenal out of our first slump, I don't think this one will last that long. I think Leeds we might win or might get a draw. It might be a decent result against Leeds. But it's just the fact of where for me, it's just like one of the things that's like, he's done it before, so I know he can do it again. He's proven to me that he can get us out of a slump. And then also him, like I said, for me, the biggest thing was the clear out, because Emery came in and all the players that he didn't want just stayed on the wage sheet. Arteta's come in and literally said the place he doesn't want, he's got rid of them. They're out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they were good. It doesn't matter if they were great. If Arteta doesn't see you as part of his project, you're not in it. And I appreciate that. And I think that takes a lot of guts for a manager to come in and just be like, okay, cool, do you know what? This person's out, that person's out. So I think what they are building, what they're trying to get to, I think in 2 seasons' time, we won't be looking at the same Arsenal team. I think a lot of the players will be gone.
No, cool. No, okay, cool. No, it's good to get your perspective. All right, so let me give you my thoughts on Man United's performance.
Let's hear about United.
Just on the clear out thing with Arteta, I think what was good. You're a troll. You're like 6'9" fam. Anyway, Ole has removed like the people that we were screaming out for, like from a United perspective, there was so much dead wood that were like, get rid of them, get rid of them. And Ollie's been able to do that slowly, successfully. Still a couple more players like Jones. Don't know what he's still doing at the club, but I've always felt that he's got us moving in the right direction, you know. So I
Do you
say, so
know, I've
that's
always said to you,
yeah.
I love Phil Jones because he used to take Man United's free kicks. That's one of my no corners. That's one of my
Yeah, that
favorite
one
things.
doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense because
That
you
guy
know,
has zero tech.
because right now, yeah, Shaw's doing a lot of set pieces, and I didn't know why he didn't do that before. Because in terms, he's not the tallest, and
Mm,
you know, like, so if I'm just talking about defenders taking set pieces, like you wouldn't expect.
yeah.
He's not the tallest. He's got a decent delivery, and you
Mm,
know, he's not going to be someone who's going to be winning headers in the box. So it makes sense.
mm,
With Jones, like I don't, and yeah, his delivery wasn't good either. So that's anyway. So right now, I'm seeing a shift between how Man United are playing this season compared to last season, and definitely
yeah.
in comparison to under Mourinho. Bruv,
Yeah.
Mourinho's his style of play, yeah, is I've spoken to you about this before and Simeone, but
Yeah.
with Simeone, I'm seeing like a difference this season anyway. But
Mm,
with Mourinho at Spurs, it's so archaic, bro. It's so stale,
so
bro.
old.
It's
So
rotten.
boring.
It's
It's bored.
moldy cheese, bro. It's
Tottenham have
mm.
one move. Harry Kane to Son. That's it.
See, and you're basing it on the players. You're not basing it on the patterns, like. But
No,
anyway,
there's
yeah.
no pattern.
So,
There's nothing. You're right.
so. Okay, you were like 3-3. Yeah, it was 3-3, and it
Mm,
hurts more. Obviously, last kick of the game. That, bruv, football can make you sick. You know, football can make you lose your mind. You know, bruv,
right
the
here in the
pressure's a
heart.
real thing. You know. Anyway, but it can never get to that. My
Mm,
point is, yeah, you can lose 3-3. I mean, you can draw three
mm,
three, or you can draw 0-0, right? I'd rather draw 3-3 because it tells me that my team are able to score goals. Like
mm,
being under Mourinho, you just didn't know whether you were going to get a goal or not. With Ollie, like, and I know even last season we had like the best defense in the Premier League. Like it was a weird stat. Like we didn't concede much, but now we've scored the most goals. Our defense is terrible, but we've scored the most goals. So even if we go a goal down or a few goals down, we know that we're going to get goals. Like it's
mhm.
reassuring. With the knowledge that you're going to score a goal, you know that you have a chance of winning a match. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with the state that we're in. It's just, bro, oh my days, the defense is a shambles. It's
Yeah.
it's so frustrating. It's like I
Yeah.
see not just the lack of pace, but the lack of leadership at the back. It's like
Mm,
how many defenders does it take to clear across from that deep in the half? Like it and the
yeah.
Gea as well, bro. I'm I'm
Suspect.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
Suspect. You
I'm
know the one
sick
that I.
because his shot reflexes are good, but
Yeah.
he has no bravery. And
No.
there's one thing to be like empathetic and think, oh, he doesn't want to, you know, get into a bad tackle, be out for long.
Mm,
But there's other goalkeepers that would like
risk
get
it.
to the ball first. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and Dean Henderson's probably one of them, and he's just, you know, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's a very frustrating one.
Nah. Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know when I noticed the hair was moving suspect yesterday? Luca Dina took a shot. It was, I think it was 2-2 or 3-2 at the time. Luca Dina took a shot from the left side, and the hair went for it and pulled out. And
No,
obviously, I know he's pulled out because he doesn't want to give away the corner.
yeah.
But for me, it was like, but what if it snuck in?
Right.
Do you
Yeah.
get what I mean?
No,
It's just
I
like,
get you. I get.
it's just one of those things in my head is like, but what if it just curved at the last moment and you've now moved your leg back?
So
I'd rather
okay,
risk the
what?
corner.
So he did something similar with when Victor Lindelof didn't clear his lines and
Mm,
Dominic Calvert-Lewin took a shot without kind of looking, and it kind
mm,
of just sneaked past the post on the other side. The hair was
yeah,
like that. It was at the first half.
mm,
It was first. I don't know if you
yeah,
saw the beginning of the match here, but it was in the first half. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
bruv, that could have easily just gone into the bottom corner. However, but I give him credit for it because I think he knows his post. That's what I was thinking after I see him
Yeah,
do it twice that game. He knows where his posts are. Like he's that
yeah,
experienced. But it's when it comes to claiming a ball. That's why these teams,
yeah.
when they have corners, like especially the smaller teams, like not
Hmm.
smaller in height, the bigger in height, but like smaller teams in the league, they
Yeah, like Burnley's.
yeah, they always put bare man on De Gea and he can't deal with it. I don't get why
Mm,
big teams don't do it, but he can't deal with that much physicality and pressure on him.
yeah,
Like he's not
yeah.
brave, he's not that at all.
No, no,
So
no, not at all. No, and
yeah,
that last goal. To be
the
fair,
first
to me,
goal was
do you
even
know the worst
frustrating.
goal?
The
The
first
first goal
one,
was the most frustrating. Yeah, Ducre's goal was the most frustrating
that
because one, Calvert Lewin should not have had that run. I don't even know what
yeah,
Harry Maguire was doing.
I think wasn't it
Then
Lindelof that was chasing? Yeah, but yeah,
no, it was
yeah,
Harry Maguire. Then he crosses it in, and I know one thing is when you get those kind of crosses, palm it out,
yeah, yeah.
corner, whatever. Do not palm it into the middle of the goal. He palmed it basically to the penalty spot, and I'm just there, just like just watching Decore just come onto this ball perfectly, handed to him, gift, and I'm like, that is so poor.
It was the
Like
worst
from
thing.
yeah, and that was like what 2-3 minutes into the first second half.
Bro, yeah, it was like I don't know, like 5 minutes or so. It was shocking, like it was shocking. And to be honest, with Maguire chasing DCL, like he's not fast, so I
Mm,
don't.
no,
I'm not really fast with Maguire in that situation. We just needed a faster centre back pairing, you know.
yeah,
He shouldn't have been able to get through like that in the first place. So that's why I
yeah,
was like, oh, Lindelof, yeah. But yeah, like De Gea just parrying it out to I don't get it. And obviously
no,
some people could say if Shaw tracked the runner, then he could have dealt with it. But it was just a calamity with the
it
whole
was a
the whole
calamity.
thing,
Yeah,
the whole defense. Like
yeah,
those three
it
in
was a
particular,
calamity.
like Maguire, De
Yeah,
Gea, and Shaw. But even
Lindelof
Lindelof for me, like I just think that pairing
was yeah,
needs to have a proper balance, you know, because Luke
yeah,
Shaw's doing well going forward right now, and
mm,
he
but
can't get
defensively,
away with that if the defense is not stable,
mm,
if it's not
yeah,
reliable.
okay,
So
I hear that. But
that
must give up to Bruno Fernandes. Have to shout out Bruno Fernandes for that goal.
goal was
That
stupid.
goal was
That goal was silly.
cheeky.
That goal was rude.
And do you know what it is? It was a celebration that I loved. Man just looked around and like,
Like
yeah,
yeah,
what,
yeah.
what did you man think? Yeah.
It was like it was in
So
training,
yeah,
brother. I got gassed. I got gassed. This is what I
yeah.
don't see. I don't do this celebration thing too early, fam. This people know me. I don't do celebration thing like because even at 3-2, that should have been
Mm,
like, yeah,
game on
calm,
done.
bruv.
Yeah,
You look like a clown when you're celebrating early. But do you know what? With a goal like that, I don't care because it was that good.
yeah,
The dummy at the beginning, then the defenders
mm.
just got lost, yeah, and then Wan-Bissaka gave it back to him, and then he fainted to create space for himself. And he's like, why not? He's like, why not? Shot it,
That's
top
literally what
bin.
it was. That's literally what it was. Is you can literally see him just go, actually, what? Let me just hit it.
But
He was
no,
like, goalkeeper's off his line. I can dip him. I can dip him, and
it's
did it.
mad.
That's
But
that's the worst thing about that goal is that everything that he did was intentional. That
yeah,
wasn't a
yeah,
by
yeah.
luck goal. That was all intentional.
I
The
love
the
that
the, the,
goal so
the
much,
feint
man.
was intentional. To get that ball back was intentional. To then drop the shoulder, intentional. To look up and just lob the keeper. All of
Bro.
it. That's why I say that was a goal. That for me is goal of the month of February. I don't think
Yeah,
there'll be a
no,
goal to beat that.
bro.
But on the 7th of February, I promise you that's goal of the month. That's
I
goal
love
of the
that
month.
confidence. Bro, I see Man United put like a video of him and
Mm.
Cantona's goal all those years ago, like underneath one underneath each other, and like
Yeah.
there's so many similarities in well, not in where the ball started from, but just in the passages of play and how it ended up in that corner of the net, and then the celebration. Like Brad said, yeah. Would you not think of that? Yeah. It was like, oh my days. This is what gets you gas as a football fan, man. Like,
Yeah.
I love
We're
that
gonna
stuff.
repost that on the away games Instagram. We're gonna repost
Yeah,
what Vincent says.
100%,
It's gonna be on the away
100%.
games Instagram.
For sure.
Watch out for it.
And Twitter as well.
And
So
Twitter as
yeah,
well.
man. So my thoughts are I wouldn't see that type of goal under Mourinho, and I'm happy with the
Mm,
progress that we have at the moment. It's a shame that Pogba got injured as well. That was really
yeah.
frustrating. So I guess in the next few games, I know we're going to see goals regardless. I'm hoping that McFred can do a job like in the midfield. And yeah, I guess this is what it's going to be going forward because, okay, Pogba probably won't be here next season. So it's about being able to, obviously he's one of the resources we have now, but it's about being able to like make do without someone that's not going to be there next season. 'Cause the league is not really what we're going for this season right now. Right now,
No,
it's
like 2
finishing as
seasons.
high as possible with as many as many points as possible, more than last season, and then maybe a cup or something like. So next season, if reinforcements like a right winger, like a Sancho, like a solid centre back, and a solid like number six, like a defensive midfielder, yeah, who's composed on the ball, then we can start going places like and that could be from money that's recouped from Pogba. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm
I hear
I'm
that.
I'm all right. I'm all right. Anyway,
Optimistic. That's good.
so
Yeah,
predictions, yeah. How do they go?
predict.
One thing that I know for me is that
Hmm.
I deep why I've never done an accumulator. Like,
Same.
bruv, the thing's
Same.
tricky. You know when you
But
think, okay, that game should go like that, and that they
yeah,
should. No,
no. But the one
no,
game that I was
bro.
surprised you predicted, yeah, was Southampton versus Newcastle. I don't know why you thought Southampton could win.
Yeah, a lot of people said that. A lot of people said that. I don't know. Yeah,
Newcastle are in form at the moment.
Newcastle.
Newcastle are in form at the moment, bro.
Do you know where they are though?
They're moving mad. Yeah, I know. But then that's the thing is that's how crazy the season is. I was looking at Brighton. You know, Brighton beat Liverpool, Tottenham, and who else did they beat recently?
Tottenham.
I can't remember who else they beat recently. They beat 1-0. And they're still like 16th or something like that.
Yeah, these small teams are doing a mad thing. Sheffield United beat United.
Bro,
Like,
and they're still bottom.
you don't get more points for beating the bigger teams, unfortunately. That's just
It's
not how it works.
it's true, but it's like yeah, a lot of teams are actually doing really well, but it's just this Premier League table is so hard, like it's so hard to predict.
It's entertaining though, but Liverpool are annoying,
Yeah,
man. They can't even do a flipping job of keeping the league open. Jeez Louise,
no, they
getting
can't.
spanked 4-1. Who does that?
4-1.
Because, but
But do you
you
know?
know what? Like, I focus on my team, and I'm not one of them. I'm not like Liverpool fans who are like, oh, I don't care what happens as long as Man United lose. As long as Man United
Yeah,
lose,
man.
like I don't want to.
Liverpool, what's happening, man? Jurgen Klopp is out here complaining. I just every single time I hear Jurgen Klopp interview, he's just complaining about something.
Bruv, but
He's
he's always low key been a complainer. It's just because it was one off because things were going well for him. But like
but that's the thing.
they've had a bar that was like angry Jurgen Klopp. That's an angry German from Time. I forgot what track it was, but he's been tapped. He's been tapped.
Oh yeah.
He's
No,
been
but
tapped.
do you know the one I remember is when Roy Keane said something on air and he proper called him out. I was like, "What did you say there, Roy?"
Oh yeah.
And then Roy Keane. I've never seen Roy Keane shook. I can't even lie to you. That's the first time I've ever seen Roy Keane be like,
Roy Keane
"No,
likes
wait, bro."
confrontation though, but I think he just
Yeah,
didn't expect it. He was shocked.
he
Yeah,
didn't.
he was shocked.
I think he didn't expect it,
Yeah, he didn't
and that was
expect it.
mad to me because it was like raw. But I feel like this season, like, it's a bit much.
But that was this
You
season
can't.
though. I'm saying he's
No, that was last
done it.
season.
No, that was this season. That was
The
the
Roy
beginning
Keane
of this
situation was
season.
last season. No,
No,
it was
no,
last season.
no, brother. It was after the game. He said that they're not as good as like they haven't been performing well or something. Do you remember?
I swear, no, it was last season.
I was speaking of this season, fam. Time
It was
flies.
last season. It can't be that fly.
I swear down. I swear down. I
Mad,
swear.
mad.
Well, okay,
No, I thought it was last season.
it was definitely like since
Last year, 2020.
lockdown.
Yeah,
Yeah. It
yeah,
was last year, but it was beginning of this season though. But like probably September or something. But yeah,
yeah.
man.
But yeah, no. I think this season, yeah. I think is he a sore loser? I don't know, because you can't be talking about how Man City had 2 weeks extra break or whatever it is, and so on and so on.
Petty.
Like
That's petty,
it's
bro.
petty. It's
Yeah,
petty.
yeah.
You're Liverpool. You're champions. You can't. When you're a champion, I think that's the thing for me. When you're a champion, you can't make excuses.
Yeah, no,
You
it's
champion
true.
whatever, no matter what. Because to be fair, someone like Pep Guardiola, we don't really hear him complain. We only hear him complain about the number of fixtures, which every manager's complaining about.
Mm.
but you never hear him complaining about injuries. You never hear him complaining about
He even said that like he's surprised that Klopp was that type of coach.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so
for real.
but it is
But
what it is, man.
no, but yeah, no.
Calm, man.
Tottenham versus who did they play? West Brom. Um,
Did you get that
West
right?
Brom had them.
Did you get that
No,
right?
I didn't. No, I thought West Brom were gonna win. No,
Yeah,
genuinely, I thought West Brom were gonna win.
I thought it was gonna be a draw. To be fair, so
No,
mine
I
was wrong
genuinely
as well.
didn't see. I didn't expect Tottenham to actually win that game because it's Jose
Kane was
Mourinho.
back. Kane was back.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that because Kane wasn't
That
meant to be back until Man City game.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's so technically our predictions they're not wrong.
could have been right. Yeah,
Yeah, because we were
yeah,
based on Kane not being there. So
exactly.
but you know I didn't know he was coming back. Yeah, and he was on my bench for fantasy football, and he got 6
Yeah,
points,
no,
and he's normally my
I would.
captain as well. So it would have been 12. Dickhead
No,
thing.
I put him. I removed him from my fantasy football team. But nah,
That's fair enough.
I can't let that put Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson's been bagging me some points.
You don't know how the game works, bro. I So
No, Callum Wilson's been scoring.
what about the Chelsea game? Did you get that prediction right?
Chelsea game. Who
Sheffield
did they
United.
play? Sheffield United.
Mm,
Yes, I think I did. I put Chelsea down to win.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what score I said. I think I said 3-1. But yeah. No, I said
Yeah,
2-1.
no.
I got it right on
Yeah,
the dot.
you got it
Alright,
right.
that's
Yeah, yeah. I need to check what score I put down, but no, I think I got it right because I expected Chelsea to win. I thought they were going to make it 3-3.
I think the other one was Man City Liverpool. I got the right number of goals. I thought it was going to be a 5-goal game, but I
Yeah,
thought
I
it was
said
going to be
4-1.
3-2.
I said 4-1 because I knew that. Because after Klopp said I didn't know that Jurgen was that kind of manager, I knew that meant smoke.
But it was 2 bad mistakes though. That I mean, it
No,
still counts, but
but it meant
that's
smoke. It meant that Man City were coming out today and they were going to destroy Liverpool. That's one thing.
oh,
That's the word that I used. I said they were going to destroy Liverpool because Pep Guardiola is not going to have that.
destroy.
And the thing is, one thing about Man City that people forget is that Pep Guardiola and his players are like this. You come for Pep, you come for the whole thing, and they're coming for you.
Don't give him that much clout, man. Because
No,
a lot of players don't like him, but that's another
yeah,
note, man.
but
But
the players that
I
don't
think
like him,
they do have a lot of potential to win the Champions League, though. But that's another convo. But yeah, man, I've seen a lot of because defense wins you titles and championships, and prior to this year, they haven't had great defense like that. So it's a bit of a worrying sign, but we'll see.
yeah.
We'll see. All right, bro.
Let's
Extra
move on to
time. Extra time. So this week on Extra Time, we are going to talk about Trevor Sinclair's comments about Liverpool and Man City being the new Liverpool Man United. And I don't know if Trevor's going to listen to this, but you are wrong, my friend. The thing is, with someone who is an ex-pro, I'd expect him to know the significance of a fixture like Liverpool Man United. It has always been a monumental game, the biggest game in England, the 2 biggest clubs, and it's not to do with recency. Because even when Liverpool were whack, it was still the biggest game. So to compare those two doesn't make sense. If you were gonna say it's like
a new age.
like the Man United versus Arsenal, or the
Mm-hmm.
noughties, or if you're gonna say like something like that, then yeah, even though that was for longer than the Liverpool Man City thing, but still it's along those lines, yeah. But to say the Liverpool Man United, we haven't been at a same level at the same era. Do you get that? So
I get what you mean.
he's lost. So I just said,
No,
don't
I
do
agree
drugs,
with that.
kids. Don't do drugs.
No, I agree with that. I think Liverpool, Man City is on the same level as Arsenal, Arsenal, Man United, and Chelsea, Man United. It's not even Chelsea, Man City. It's not at the same place as Liverpool. It's like comparing that to Arsenal versus Tottenham. To me, Arsenal versus Tottenham is not your regular game. That's a rivalry.
Yeah, it's that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it's a proper rivalry. And again, same thing like you said with Liverpool and Man United. We've never been at the top of our games at the same time. right now I would say that Tottenham are at the top of their game, but it's different. Like there's no those rivalries you can't compare them.
Because
You
it's not
can't
just
compare them.
about like because they're competitive when they play each other. It's not about how
Yeah,
great they are in a season at that given time.
yeah,
When they play each other, it's smoke, to use your word.
yeah.
'Cause even like Man United Leeds, um,
Mm,
it's like when they were in the Premier League before and they were pretty good, like they weren't the best, but it was always
mm,
smoke. The fans were on
mm.
it. Like
Yeah,
after the game, there was smoke. So
yeah.
smoke on the game, smoke off the game. Like it was
Exactly.
serious things. With
Yeah,
Liverpool
yeah.
and Man City, I think they're just trying to,
Hype
like
it up
sell it a
because
bit,
honestly speaking, I don't think there's any real rivalries like that anymore. So they're trying to hype it up. They're trying
Yeah,
to give
yeah,
Liverpool and Man City that hype, but there's
yeah.
no hype there.
I think
Man City don't even have
they
enough
gave one quote,
fans.
but I don't even remember the quote. They were
Yeah,
like, so it shows that they don't really like each other, kind of. I was like, this
yeah.
is this is fake.
This is forced. Forced. No, Man City don't even have enough fans to be able to beat Liverpool like that.
This is
It's
it, man.
poor.
But I was
It's
deep in
poor.
it though. Low key, Man City, they're they're building their way to being big. I have to even admit, like, so
Yeah.
say they win the League
They're
Cup this season, they'll be
mm,
level of like the team with the most League Cup wins
big ups.
with
Is it?
Liverpool, yeah. So
But
that'll be seven.
the thing is with Man City, how they're going to become big
Mm.
is they are the kind of team that's going to take today's fans. So like today's
Yeah,
young kids that watching football, they're going to be Man City fans.
but
So
that's
when you
been
come in,
since like
yeah,
2013 though. So
yeah, yeah.
so it's kind of, do you know what I mean?
But
Like,
you're not gonna have so many
how did you
Arsenal
do
fans.
that?
Honestly, you're not gonna have as many Arsenal fans coming up in the future and things like that.
Oh, you went like that, and then the camera fell off. Judge, you can just move things without touching them. That's wild, bro.
No,
That's wild.
it vibrated. I don't know if
Yeah,
I
yeah. Okay,
but
no,
yeah,
I know, but the
well,
thing is, obviously we've got fan bases to
mm,
make their children get into that team. So
yeah,
like
yeah,
Arsenal been big for time, Man United been big for time, Liverpool, etc. Like my whole family, like my kids are gonna be
mm,
Man United supporters, and so are my nieces and nephews, because my brother supports Man United as well. So we're gonna be an Obi
mm.
family full of Man United. Do you know what
Man
I mean?
fan, yeah,
So, and then it will be a thing where like them in school, no one will be like,
mm,
you're a Londoner, you support Man United. Cause they'll be like,
mm,
my dad supports Man United. Like it's a family thing. My cousins, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah, makes sense.
yeah. Whereas Man City, don't know why I gone for
It's all
them.
brand new. It's all brand new. First rate fans. First rate fans.
Yeah,
I'll never
that's
forget when coronavirus started and we couldn't even feel the screens. That was mad to me.
when you said that, I
Just a,
was laughing, brother.
just a TV screen, like just tune on to Zoom. You can watch the game.
Yeah.
Fans said no.
What was it, like 16 squares, and they
Yeah,
could fill
16
out
squares and they're
14 or
like
so.
7 or 8 empty. Yeah, 7 or 8 were just empty. I was like, wow, can't even fill out squares on a screen. Your
Oh
team
god,
is shocking, bro.
that's
Can't
wild,
even get the
man.
fans to tune in. But nah.
It
For
doesn't,
my topic on extra time, I would talk about refereeing. It's poor. And people are
Hmm.
gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna come with the Arsenal agenda." Nah, there's so many things I have seen.
Man United as well.
Is poor. Man United. Who else had a really bad
Yeah,
decision
it
there?
was Mike Dean as well. He's been at the center of
Mike
it.
Dean.
It
Bro,
was
have you seen the West Ham Suchek? Have you seen that red
Suchek.
card?
That's it. It was Suchek. Yeah,
Have you seen that red
that
card?
was the dumbest
Man
thing ever.
literally
He was
tried to
like,
move his arm, trying
he
to
tried
get
to
his
get his
arm
arm the
around
other side. Everyone could see it.
Mitrovic, and she said, "Ref, it's nothing. Let's move on."
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
And they still went and seen it and giving him a red card. I'm like, bro,
shocking.
like
The
it's terrible. Like
the game's
game after
soft,
game,
fam. It's soft, bro. It's
it's an
soft.
L. Like it's so dead and it's jarring because it's just like I don't even understand what's going on in football. No more. The whole Bednarak and David Luiz thing, which is on the away games Instagram, don't even understand how one is worse than the other. Why one makes more sense to me? I don't get it.
I think it was just
Like,
because of Martial's comments, but even then, like, how can we don't know that that's true because
yeah,
Benrek just said, "Oh yeah, Martial said
Martial
that it
said,
was
yeah,
not
yeah.
a foul." So, is that if that's
But
what the
then
court of
I'm here
arbitration are gonna,
from
base it
what I'm
on?
hearing, the reason for it is because Bednarek's red card came when Man United was 6-0 up. It doesn't change the game, but David Luiz's one does. So if they say that it was an error, then Arsenal can now say that, well, that changed the game for us and put us at a disadvantage. And that's why they can't overturn David Luiz's one. And that's stupid to me because if it's an error, it's an error. Like, just accept the fact that the referees made mistakes. And I agree. Do you know what? A long time ago, Arsene Wenger said that referees should be questioned for making bad call for red cards. Every time a
Mm,
referee pulls out a red card,
I think that's a
afterwards
good
there should be
point.
an interview with the referee to find out why they gave the red card. They should watch over it in front of everybody and actually explain why they've given the red card. And I think that is so important and valuable now because now you have VAR. Now you have
Mm.
everything to back you. So now come on the screen and be able to say, Mike Dean, especially with his red card happy self, Man United fan, wherever he may be.
Bruv,
Um,
I don't like him. No Man United fan likes him.
Nobody likes Mike Dean. Bro. I hate the referees at the moment. They're all
But but
jarring.
the thing is, it's like you're right. It's not really VAR itself. It's the refereeing decisions. Like I think VAR shouldn't be called into question for basic stuff. Like
Yeah.
Southampton's goal, yeah, which was disallowed. Um, on like when they
Against
played
Villa.
Man United. No, when they played Man United, like the
Okay.
offside, like when you see it level like that, and you can't distinguish between whether he's a
Hmm.
millimeter offside or onside, bruv, it's a goal. It's a goal. Like it's only
Like,
when it's like clear that you should start
hmm.
looking at which body part, like, bro, because it's not
And
giving an
offside
advantage.
should be an advantage because even like when the Southampton against Villa, his arm, Charlie Austin was pointing to where he wanted the ball to go to,
Mm, yeah,
and that point is what put him offside.
but but that's you can't score with your arm, so
You
it didn't
can't
add
score with
up.
your arm,
It just
and
didn't add up.
it doesn't give you an advantage. You don't run quicker because your arm's here now.
Yeah.
That there's no advantage you get from your arm being there. So
Yeah.
I don't
So,
understand
so
how
for
that
me,
can be
the
counted
only
as
thing
offside.
that's been like foolproof has been like goal line technology, apart from I think one goal. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, but generally that's been, but then with like VAR, like I feel like the referees in the back
Hmm.
who are just watching the game, they should just make the
Hmm.
decision like there and then quickly, like, we've just seen a
Hmm.
handball. Like, don't
Hmm.
say to the referee on the pitch, go and check the screen. No, bruv, you have seen it, because I
Hmm.
don't like all of this taking long thing, and
Hmm.
like it's really jarring. And the
Yeah,
biggest part about football, yeah, is the exhilarating feeling you get from scoring a goal. When your team scores,
exactly,
yeah, that joy is like
exactly.
no other sport in the game. Like some people
Yeah.
say football's boring because they can't
Hmm.
watch the whole game. Some people just watch highlights. Some people like don't have that
Hmm.
concentration span, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But no one can deny that the height of the feeling of football is bigger
Is
than
the goals.
any other sport,
Yeah.
because like basketball, yeah, is sick, but there's always a goal. Like there's
Yeah.
always a goal. It's like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, like 3 point. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
But the only
Mm-hmm.
when it's last second or something like that, then it's like,
Then
what?
it's
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
football, one goal, people,
That's it.
like because it's mad. Like the process you have
It's
to go
massive. It's a
through to
big
do it.
deal.
So
Yeah.
for them to be like, wait, hold on,
Yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
it's not a
It's
goal. No,
so
it's long, bro.
jarring. Like
It's long.
I'm so
So
I'm tired of the refereeing in this country at the moment because I read something because even like the Villa game, yeah,
mm,
even Dean Smith jokingly said, "I'm glad it wasn't another defender because he's got a bigger bum than Matty Cash. So if it was him, he would have probably played offside." And I'm like, this is how mad it is. Is we're now talking about genetics. Is if I'm a size 7 and you're a size 5,
oh
I'm offside.
yeah, I think I heard him. I've heard other managers say something similar as well with other
Like
body
it's
parts, but
so daft. Like it's so
we say he shouldn't have
bro.
done too many squats. Should have done less
Yeah,
squats.
exactly. Man, they need to start doing less squats, bro. You're gonna now footballers are gonna be picked on shoe size.
That's
shoe
what I'm
size,
saying, bro.
bum size, everything. Everything's gonna be looked at.
That's bad. So
It's
what, like in the
jarring.
academy, you're like, okay, should we sign this player? Like he's promising, but size 13. Like,
Exactly.
get offside.
Exactly. He's got potential. He's like Ronaldo, but size 13. Their feet are too big. Their feet are too big. He'll be offside a lot.
Oh, I'm
Now forget
tired.
about him. It's so jarring, and I
Nah,
hate
that's
it.
bad, man.
I hated the handball rule at the beginning of the season,
Oh yeah, that
and
changed. So
now
at least they fixed that.
I'm hating the offside rule. It's all dumb. I
Yeah,
hate
man.
ban the
It's
referees, ban D Smith,
on everyone.
ban Mose, ban all the referees, ban VAR, ban the IFB, ban the PGMOL, ban all of you, bro. Get out of the game,
It's all
bro.
just shifted, to be honest. Like what we were complaining
Yeah,
about years ago, now
yeah,
it's the offsides. It's like
yeah.
yeah, like it's just shifted. And I hope the thing is though, if VR goes, which it won't,
Mm.
but people will be like, that issue would have been dealt with if there was VAR. So it's
And
like
you're right. You're right. You're right. VAR is not the problem. It's the management of VAR. There needs to be
100%.
certain aspects where people are like, do you know what? He's got just a bigger foot. It's 2 millimeters. That's not an advantage.
Yeah,
It needs to be smarter.
that
It can't
human.
be like,
Yeah.
you can't be this stupid. Like you people are meant to be footballing, like understanding football. You're telling me I can't score with my hand, but my hand is offside. That makes no sense. Like,
Mad
leave
thing.
it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my rant, bro.
Calm, man. On that note, I think we should call this episode a wrap. Make sure you guys like,
Like,
subscribe, share,
uh-huh,
and follow us
uh-huh,
on our socials:
uh-huh.
Twitter, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
YouTube. Make sure you press the bell icon so you get notifications whenever we make an upload.
we're getting good at this YouTube and thing.
We're getting good at this YouTube thing. We're about to be famous.
Done no. All right, bro.
Done
Bless up,
in a
fam.
bit.
What we do here is go back, 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 back.